about the walking tour?
Oh, yeah, good turnout last week. 36 people. Started out around 20.
Well,
Just for the record.
Just for the record.
It'll be a good turnout this
In case there's
Thursday.
any problems there.
Garden.
Yeah, we'll see how that goes.
Where's Marty? There he
I'm
is.
glad to hear.
Just for the record.
How do you guys?
I just make sure. I tried to get home free.
I called. I said, I wanna go. 6 months down the road. Well, both of them.
How about Shooter Jennings?
Wow.
Yeah, wow. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's very, this show.
A little bit, yeah. Ah.
Does the whole show dedicated to his dad and plays with his dad's original.
Yeah.
January 3rd. Yeah. A lot. Oh, how much, I don't know that, man.
Gotta ask.
More than my usual show.
I'm glad you gave it to me.
He's gonna be my fourth practice child. We're actually a favorite kid. Well, the show that he's singing is all the dad.
Had to have a whole-
Too far away. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And one at home, I was like,
That just means you have to go back. What's today, birthday? Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, man.
You have done this prematurely again, you know.
No, they did that when I walked in, right,
I
Don?
know, but
How are you doing there, too?
a little early. Okay, who's praying tonight? Oh, is he here? Oh,
Cheryl asked me to do.
you know, it's really just into my personal. Sorry. Yes, sir. Oh, thanks. Thank you so much.
All right, Willoughby, is that really, that has to be Bojan.
What? It's his son, isn't it?
That's his son? How do you
Isn't that
say
his
that?
son?
Zebulon?
Yeah, Zebulon. He
Zebulon.
was really nice. He was at the luncheon. Okay, it's 4:30. How long do we give him? Because, I'm thinking it was this one.
Hey, guys.
Hello, friends.
Evening.
Say you're on the way up. You're good. Is that you? Oh, was it me?
No, it's me.
Oh, it's you.
Oh, Mrs. Bassett.
I thought every time it was me. I thought, oh.
Welcome to the June 16th meeting of the Elizabethtown City Council. Mr. Bennett will lead our invocation.
Bow our heads, please. Our Father in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thy is the kingdom, the power, and the glory forever. Amen.
Join us in the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, if you've all had a chance to read the minutes from the June the 2nd and June the 9th meetings, do we have a motion?
Motion. Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. We have a update from the Tourism and Convention Bureau, Miss Heidi Patterson.
Afternoon. Week one of the Baseball Nationals, which concluded this past Thursday night, was a great success. We had 55 teams from around the country compete in youth baseball ages 9 through 13. The park staff did a tremendous job, and our community welcomed teams to hotels, restaurants, churches, and plenty of retail businesses. We have 2 more weeks to go, and the next 2 are much larger. Week 2 will be 85 teams, and week 3 will be close to 100 teams. The dates are June 20th through the 26th and July 4th through the 10th. There are hundreds of games taking place during these weeks, and tourism would encourage our council members and those in our area to come out to see what's going on at the park. There's no gate fee. The schedule can be found at elizabethtownsportspark.com or on our Facebook page. The event owners of this unique 6-day event, Athletics, are strong partners for the park. They're expanding rapidly, having added Myrtle Beach and Beaumont, Texas events this year. They're also adding other sports beginning next year. They will be adding girls fast pitch and eventually soccer and lacrosse. If you are able to make it to the park, please help us in making them feel welcome and thank them for their business for our park and community. And also on the Friday nights, I think it's the Friday nights that they have the opening ceremonies, and they are quite an event to see. So those are great nights to go. So that would be the 20th and the 4th. We have a WKU intern, Alyssa Milner, helping out this summer. We are sharing her work time with Sarah to help out with this summer's many events. Alyssa is pursuing a hospitality degree. Over the last month, the tourism building was used 8 days to hold 19 meetings with 355 attendees. If you have not signed up for the Tourism Bureau's e-newsletter, you can do so on our homepage at touretown.com. To keep track of all the festivals and events in our area, please check out our website, Twitter, and Facebook page for the latest updates. Do you have any questions?
No, but I want to tell you, I've attended 2 of those opening ceremonies, and they really are something to see,
Yeah, they're great.
especially the skydivers.
Mhm.
That's amazing.
So, yeah, it's an awesome event. So,
Thank you, Heidi.
Thank you for your support.
Appreciate it. Mr. Don Wise is going to update us on what's going on at the airport.
Good afternoon, Mayor and City Councilmen and staff. Glad to be here with you today and give you some optimistic news about the airport and its operation. I think most of you all have a copy of the monthly operations report in your packets there. Indicates that there's 126 operations there this month, and it was made up of 32 jets, 34 turbines, 4 light twins, 38 small fixed wing, and 18 rotary wings. So we, on the type of operations, then this report indicates we had 20 cargo operations, and that's something that's been expanding, is the cargo operations. I know the most recent report, talking to the FBO operator there today, that they've had like 45 in the last 30 days. So we're seeing an increase in that. Hopefully that's an indication, maybe an early indicator of the economy becoming somewhat stronger because of that. And so we're certainly glad to have that resource here. It's interesting that happens about all hours of the day and evening. I was out there recently and talked to one of the staff people, and they had flights coming in at 4 o'clock in the afternoon, 8 o'clock in the afternoon, 11 p.m., and 2 a.m. So the employee didn't get much sleep probably that night. But so we're excited about that part of the thing, and I've always had a little saying about nothing creates much as optimism as financial success sometimes, and so that's a positive. Interesting that those are about 150,000 pounds of cargo that's been shipped out of there in the last 30 days. And one of the positive things that features of the airport operation there is that they have a forklift, and it is available to any of the folks that want to use it on a 24/7. And we do see surrounding counties becoming a part of this as they're aware of that service. Also, we'd like to share with you that the fuel farm is being upgraded with an above-ground storage tanks, and as part of that upgrade, they're going to remove the old tanks, so you won't have to worry about any long-term repercussions coming back on us for that. The new facility also will have a self-service credit card feature that we don't have today, which we think that will significantly improve the fuel sales. And to add to that, those improvements are fully 100% paid for by state grant, and that grant is funded by the fuel on jet tax. So it's a user thing, but the funds come back to its benefactor there through the airport. The project has been bid, and we do have the low bidder, and the engineer is currently evaluating the low bidder for their ability to do the job. They have done they have done other projects in Kentucky and came back with very positive comments about how they performed. Also, plans are underway to add 12 new T-hangars. That's in its very early stages, but it will also be paid for with a federal grant money. So I know there's been comments previously about landscaping, and that we did award a contract at our most recent board meeting to upgrade, and we also commented on making sure that we have that maintained. You know, having landscaping is one thing, but maintaining it's quite another, and I think as many projects as the city has, that's no news to anybody who's sitting around this table here. And also we have a project going on that we want to upgrade some signage and awnings that we think will help brand that, and so we're trying to keep things a little more up to date there. So we're very excited about what things are going on, and the commitments that the city's made we think will make a huge difference in the future operation of the airport. Try to answer any questions. Thank you all for allowing us to come.
Thank you, Don.
Thank you, Don.
Okay, tonight we want to recognize some employees who've been with us for a while. 5 years, Zebulon Willoughby from the fire department and Wayne Vanoy with the police department. For 10 years, Chris Elam with the police department and Gary Fair with customer service. For 15 years, Matthew Malzahn with Public Works. 20 years, Dorothy Gunther from the water treatment plant. 25 years, Dale Bohannon from Public Works, Alvin Rigdon from Public Works, and Stanley Martin with the fire department. 35 years, Ron Sidebottom with Parks and Recreation, and 40 years, our very own Charlie Bryant. Congratulations to all these employees.
40 years of service. There, he said his pin. I didn't know if we made 40-year pins, but he said we did. He showed it to me in his office, and we were expecting a diamond on it.
Wasn't there one?
No. So did you give him the wrong one today?
But we do have, we have a person that's almost 45.
Really?
Mike Halsey, isn't he? Almost 45. Yeah, I'm sure there's a opal in his.
Okay.
Okay, under appointments, we're going to reappoint Pat Appleman and Charlie Skees to the Historic Preservation Commission for a term to expire on June the 30th, 2017. And Mr. Skees, we thank you for your service. We also need to appoint Jeff Hawkins as Finance Director. This will be effective July the 1st, 2014. Do I have a motion for that?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
Well, I would do it with reservation because of Mr. Park. I mean,
Yeah.
I'd probably made the motion.
Jeff, will you commit to be the first recipient of that 50-year pen? Oh, okay, all right. We'll hold you to that.
Okay, under ordinances, we have the second reading of ordinance number 12, 2014, amending the Code of Ordinances, sections 122, 123, and 123A, relating to alcoholic beverage control regulatory license fee. Motion to read the ordinance.
Motion. Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Judge, this is, Mayor, this is a second reading, and therefore I'll summarize. This is ordinance number 12, 2014, which does amend sections 122 relating to golf courses, 123 relating to restaurant and dining facilities, and 123A, which relates to distilled spirits and wine and malt-based beverages. And this amends those sections to change the regulatory fee from 5% to an annual fee that shall be set by the City Council in the annual budget for each fiscal year, and it shall be set at a rate to generate revenue that does not exceed the total of the reasonable expenses actually incurred by the city in the previous fiscal year for the costs as demonstrated for policing, regulation, and administration. This was read the first time on June the 2nd, 2014.
Thank you, Dee Dee. Motion to adopt the ordinance.
So moved.
Second.
This is roll call vote, starting with Kenny Lewis.
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Thank you. Ordinance number 13, 2014, adopting the budget for fiscal year 2014 through 2015. Motion to read the ordinance.
Motion. Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Yes. This is the second reading of ordinance number 13, 2014, adopting the budget for the fiscal year July 1st, 2014 through June 30th, 2015. And this was read the first time on June the 9th, 2014.
Motion to adopt the ordinance.
So moved.
Second.
This is a roll call vote, starting with Marty Fulkerson.
Yes. Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you. Okay, municipal order number 30, 2014, accepting bids for the water and wastewater chemical supplies for fiscal year 2014 through 2015. Motion to read the municipal order.
Motion.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Okay. At a regular meeting of the City Council of Elizabethtown, Kentucky, held on the date set out below, a motion to read and adopt the following municipal order was duly made, seconded, and approved. Be it ordered that the City of Elizabethtown accepts the following bids for water and wastewater chemical supplies for the fiscal year 2014 through 2015 from Chemical Resources Incorporated for hydrofluosilicic acid in the amount of $33 per 100 pounds, for potassium permanganate in the amount of $267 per 100 pounds, and for granular HTH in the amount of $176 per 100 pounds. And then from C.I. Thornburg for activated carbon in the amount of $108 per 100 pounds, Cl2 in the amount of $18 per 100 pounds, and sulfur dioxide in the amount of $32.50 per 100 pounds. Be it further ordered that the mayor of the city and or her designate be and she is hereby authorized and directed to take all steps necessary to perfect this order. Read, adopted, and approved this the 16th day of June, 2014.
Thank you, Dee Dee. Motion to adopt the order.
Motion.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. Municipal order number 31, 2014, approving agreement with Kevin Addington for downtown redevelopment grant. Motion to read the order.
So moved.
Second.
Those in favor?
Aye.
At a regular meeting of the City Council of Elizabethtown, Kentucky, held on the date set out below, a motion to read and adopt the following municipal order was duly made, seconded, and approved. Be it ordered that the City of Elizabethtown approves the agreement with Kevin Addington for a downtown redevelopment grant in an amount up to $42,950. Be it further ordered that the mayor of the city and or her designate be and she is hereby authorized and directed to take all steps necessary to perfect this order. Read, adopted, and approved. This is 16th day of June, 2014.
Thank you, Dee Dee. Motion to adopt the order.
Motion. Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay. Municipal Order Number 31, 2014, authorizing the mayor to execute a memorandum of agreement with Kentucky Heritage Land Conservation Fund Board for the Buffalo Lake Project. Motion to read the order.
Motion.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
At a regular meeting of the City Council of Elizabethtown, Kentucky, held on the date set out below, a motion to read and adopt the following municipal order was duly made, seconded, and approved. Be it ordered that the City of Elizabethtown authorizes the mayor to execute a memorandum of agreement with the Kentucky Heritage Land Conservation Fund Board for a grant for the Buffalo Lake Project in the amount of $36,500. Be it further ordered that the mayor of the city and or her designate be and she is hereby authorized and directed to take all steps necessary to perfect this order. Read, adopted, and approved. This is 16th day of June, 2014.
Thank you, Dee Dee. Motion to adopt the order.
Motion.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. Do we have any informational items?
I have a question. Steve, how long are you staying around? Okay. You know, Steve and I have disagreed on fewer items than we've agreed on more than we've disagreed, but Steve's done a great job over the years. Thank you, Steve. Yeah. Yes. And he's thrown me out of his office several times. So, okay. Sorry.
I'd like to make some comments along that line. You know, Steve Park has prepared every budget and has written every budget message for the last 32 years. Wow. And not only that, I mean, he has done so much more for the city besides just taking care of finance, and the city is in excellent financial condition because of Steve. But his amazing knowledge and his understanding of people and how things work and how the city needs to operate has just benefited the city to an unbelievable extent. He's been involved in every city, in all the city operations in all those years. Every mayor has relied upon his very quick analysis, very unfailing advice. Steve is never wrong.
I don't know if those are editorialists or not. Okay.
But he has he's managed so many of the city's functions that maybe aren't as well recognized. But for instance, the retirement plan, even before the city went into CERS, he was involved in the old retirement plan and managed to transfer into the new plan, the city's health care plan, all the water and gas tax office operations, the customer service department, the creation of IT department, and the city cemetery, where he has been elected for 20 years. So he has been involved in everything that we've done. He'll be retiring at the end of July, and I want to thank him for helping me in everything that the city has done. He just hasn't been recognized enough, and he's done so much for the city.
And we're glad you're not moving out of town, Steve.
And you make a great ham sandwich, by the way.
You know, Steve, I've enjoyed working with you. There's been times I've come and questioned you about things, and when I left your office, I still didn't understand it. But I believe what you told me was, you know, so it was perfect on that. But I guess one of the things that I do want to know, you know, you made a comment here a couple of months ago about there's been 6 council members that you really like the best, and I know who one of them is. Who's the other 5?
The other four.
Present company excluded, is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
I was going to say.
Steve's greatest line was? Wasn't it to you,
Trust
Thomas?
me, trust
No,
me.
what was it about voting or something like that?
I'm
What's
not-
your line on voting? You said,
I know exactly
Oh,
what
okay,
it was.
yeah.
That's when Thomas was thinking about running for magistrate, and we were up there, and he said, "Well, Park, you're not in my district. Said you're not going to be able to vote for me." And you said, "Well, that's fine. I've never voted
never
for you
voted
so
for you
far."
anyway.
Never cracked a smile.
Yeah,
and
no,
Ron was
he's-
like,
Problem is, he was dead serious.
I know. But
We'll have to
thank
do
you.
this again in a month.
Yeah, we have to roast him.
Yeah, Steve Parker.
Charlie, one thing I would say about Stephen and Marty, or I think Marty or somebody mentioned that, and I, as a compliment, certainly, Mary Jo Jones,
Yes.
who sometimes could be very difficult, and I say this as a compliment to her, bless her heart. She was the liaison for many years, I think, with Steve at the city cemetery. And Mary Jo could be very honest and open and confrontational at times with council members and the mayors and things like that, but she never had anything but words of praise for Steve Park.
Yep.
And I think that sums it up. You know, if Mary Jo Jones for all those years, and that obviously is over the work that he did at the city cemetery, but we certainly are indebted seriously to the work of Steve Park and what he has done and meant to the city.
I think that's the only group I found out that you never went and messed with was the little cemetery ladies.
And he pleased them all.
He pleased
them all.
And he was in the group. He was there.
Quite a ladies' man.
Yes.
Any other comments from the council? Any comments from the audience? Okay. We are now going to close the meeting. 2A, conduct deliberation on future acquisition or sale of real property by the city, and B, to discuss the general nature of existing and possible litigation by the city. Motion to close the meeting.
Motion.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks, Don.
Hey,
thanks, Dave. Appreciate it. Good, thanks.
Good job.
Good, thanks.
I've always been surprised how many military corporations that change the land. He has been going all that for.
What about it, Charlie?
Well, the budget's real nice.
Our vote.
But it was noted in there.
Is it really? You were right there. Either way. There's still possible the right thing to do. Thanks, Don. Appreciate you coming. Yes, sir. Good to see you.
Yeah, same here. I hope y'all are happy with the ILS.
Oh.